This is an urgent warning to lukewarm Christians, and I can promise you that if you ignore this, a day will come when you will wish that you had taken this seriously. It doesn't matter much these days when someone calls themselves a Christian. Even Oprah calls herself a Christian. And going to church doesn't make you a Christian either. Keith Green once said that going to church doesn't make you a Christian any more than going to McDonald's makes you a hamburger. Maybe you call yourself a Christian and you even go to church. You put on your Christian face on Sunday morning. You believe that God exists and you don't want to go to hell. But if you're honest with yourself, you know that you are not a true follower of Jesus Christ. You profess Him with your mouth, but your life testifies against you and proves that your heart is far from Him. As soon as you step outside those church doors, you step back into the world. You get drunk, you swear, you go to parties, you watch filth on the internet, you have sex outside of marriage. You are no different from the heathens of this world. But God says that we cannot serve two masters, and if you continue down this path, your sin will find you out eventually. And no creature is hidden from His sight, but we are all naked and exposed to the eyes of Him to whom we must give an account. You will die one day, and you will stand before God and have to give an account for your life. And Jesus tells us exactly what He will do with these types of people. So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. For you say, I am rich, I have prospered, and I need nothing, not realizing that you are wretched, pitiable, poor, blind, and naked. You think you're okay, but you're not. You are greatly deceived, and you are on the road to destruction. When Jesus says He will spit you out of His mouth, this can also mean to vomit. Jesus will vomit you out of His mouth because the taste of your lukewarmness is so disgusting to Him. Now, I need to clarify something at this point. When I use the word lukewarm Christian, I'm not referring to someone who is a real Christian. I'm referring to someone who professes Christ, but really they are greatly deceived. They're not saved, they're not born again, and they're on their way to hell. Many people will be in for a big shock, thinking that they will walk up to the doors of heaven and be allowed straight in because they were baptized, because they served in church, because they lifted their arms in worship. They think that their Sunday religion will save them. There are many people who claim to know God, but this isn't what matters. What matters is whether God knows you. Imagine if you walked up to the White House and there was a guard standing there and you said to him, "Let me in, I want to see the president." He would say no and turn you away. But imagine if the president came out and welcomed you into the White House. You would be allowed into the White House not because you know the president, but rather because the president knows you. There are many people who profess to know God, but Jesus says that many will say, "Lord, Lord," but will not enter the kingdom of heaven, but only those who do the will of His Father who is in heaven. He will declare